Welcome back to Battle for Greyport. We're playing against the Goblin King, and we're going to be, hopefully, changing locations this episode, which means we're going to have to kill this ogre in order to do so, because if the ogre survives, it's going to kill Fiona, and that will be the end of our game. So we're starting off again with Fiona. Now, we've got to make sure we get rid of this guy. Fiona, because the Red Dragon Inn is still out, gets +1 hero. So, and this guy has 1 shield, and kind of want to keep the really powerful cards for when we change locations, because we're going to have a mountain of monsters coming, plus 2 boss monsters to fight. So I think Fiona's just going to play herself, and she can play 1 other hero, but I don't even know if she wants to. Because we want to save Cormac the Mighty. He does so much damage, it's a waste to use him right now on the ogre. The same with the dagger, not really of much use at the moment. So we don't have to play 2 characters. So we're going to play 1, and then we're going to go over to Zot. And I think, oh man, I don't know. What is Zot going to do? He also has a super beefed up character. And the wench. I'm going to have to do some thinking. I think Zot may play himself. So let me think about that and come back and see what we're going to do. Alright, so I've done some thinking, and I do believe Zot is going to play himself. Of course, he's not going to refresh because it's not his turn. So he's going to be rolling a yellow die, splash 3, pierce 1. The pierce 1 I like because it will negate the armor of the ogre. So with that in mind, we can do it in any order. So let's do Zot first. He rolls a yellow die, excuse me, and it's going to be no armor for the ogre. And he does 3 damage, so 10, 13 damage we have here. That would be 14, wouldn't it? So we're 1 damage away from killing the ogre. 9, 10, 12, 14. Oh, that's 14. Should be 13 because he did 3 and he had 10. Alright, because of the armor piercing. Good stuff. So that was Zot played. And now Fiona can finish him off. She's got Taunt and Cleave, which is a bit of a waste, but she rolls a white die, gets 5 damage. Overcoming, oh, I guess she could have rolled a 1 and not killed the guy, but she rolls a 5, doing 4 damage. The ogre is now completely defeated. So out of here. So we have now cleared off all monsters. We finished the second location. So now we're going to do end of location, end of round activities. So Fiona, of course, will refresh because it's her turn. So I'm just going to do that. This is her hand of cards. And we're going to likewise discard Zot, but I do believe Zot's going to refresh too, because we're going to be doing the whole end of sequence thing, which I probably should look in the rule book, make sure I'm doing it correct. We do have some recruiting to do now. So let me just consult the rules very quickly so I get things in the right order. So basically we took out the ogre, we've defended the Red Dragon Inn, but we're going to the 3rd location, and that's going to be pretty darn nasty, I'm sure. Alright, so basically what's happening is now we're going to be spending all of the coins we have left. So Zot has a silver coin left, and Fiona has a copper, and we can spend them in any order so Zot can do his. So we're going to have to recruit everything right now. So let's go to the recruit area and see what we can get for Zot and Fiona. Okay, so we might as well, let's see, who are we going to do first? I don't know. Okay, I think we're going to do... We will go ahead and do Zot first. He's got a silver coin to recruit with, so he could also get the dagger, dual wield, and cleave with a yellow die. Is that something? Actually, I do believe that's something. He's going to recruit the dagger for the silver. That's going to go into his hand. Of course, we immediately replace it, and we get projectile Pookie. And that's only a copper? Projectile Pookie. Retire Projectile Pookie unless you spend 1 hit point. This hit point loss may not be shielded. Whoa, and he's a green die. Huh. That may be something. Wow, that came up in a pretty good time. We only have a copper left for Fiona, and I think she's going to get Pookie. He's a super powerful little dude. She's not going to, of course, have the hit points to be able to hang on to him, and this gets replaced with a mace. But for the short term, he's going to be able to dole out a whole pile of pain. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to see our level 3 characters for Fiona and for Zot. Okay, so carrying on with the end of the encounter. So Fiona now, instead of being level 2, she becomes level 3. So she's still rolling a white die. She still has taunt, but now cleave. She gets +2 if Fiona has an item. So when she's using an item, she gets +2 damage. Very cool. So I've got to keep that, of course, in mind when we're using Fiona. And also now Zot is going to be going to level 3. So here's his level 2. Level 3 wizard, still rolling a yellow die. He has Splash 3, Pierce 1. After the fight, each player may retire a card from their hand. So good at thinning out wimpy cards out of our hand. So that's Zot, level 3 for our third encounter coming up. And I don't want to forget it. We get 2 hit points in between encounters. So Zot's going to go from 6 hit points up to 8. Fiona really needs to go. She's going from 1 hit point up to 3. And now we get to have a hand of 5 cards each. So we're going to keep Pookie, Cormac, the Soldier, the Acolyte, and the Dagger. You know what? We're going to... Fiona's going to discard the Acolyte and the Soldier, and then she's going to drop 2 more cards to complete her hand. So she gets the Kite Shield and another Acolyte. All right, that's pretty good for Fiona. We're going to do the same thing with Zot. Of course, they can have 5 cards in hand. He's got the Dagger, Acolyte, Apprentice, the Ogre, the Witch. I think he's going to keep everything but the 2 Acolytes. So he's going to discard the 2 Acolytes, which lets him draw 1 more card, which is the Freezing Staff. All right, I think we're loaded up about as good as we're going to get. So that pretty much takes care of all the setup for our characters. But now we're going to be moving to the next location and the next encounter, and this is where things get ugly. Oh, and the taunt marker will move over to Zot because that was Fiona's turn, changing location. So we're going to have Zot be first. So that was We Could Be Drinking right now. We finished that one. We are over to the 5-finger discount. Yikes. And if we look here, the Market District is going to show up. So let's take a quick look at the Market District. To play the top card of the item deck revealed, players may recruit that card as though it were part of the reinforcements. If we successfully defend the Market District, the top card of the item deck remains revealed and is recruitable for the rest of the game. So at the start, we're going to have the top card revealed. So let's take a look at it. It's going to be the Warhorn. Draw a card, get an extra hero, does 1 damage. Okay, well, drawing extra cards, playing extra heroes is obviously going to be useful. The location's going to have 14 health. So we're going to take our nice little 20-sided die here, find the 14. So Market District has 14 health to start with. All right. And it's going to have 6 levels of monsters on it. Plus, oh man, plus the 2 bosses. We're in big trouble. And each player is going to have 4 level of monsters on them. And Drog is coming out, and he's going to have 25 hit points. So the setup, add Drog, Troll General, and Targle Snorf Dunkleton to the location. And Dunkleton always has 15 hit points regardless of number of players. And if we lose the location, remove all damage from all monsters, add a monster to each player's monster group. Wow, that is brutal. And of course we win the game if we destroy all monsters, including Drog and the Goblin King. So we might as well take a look at them right now as I pull them over here from where I had them stashed. So first up, we've seen this guy in the first playthrough. He is brutal. He has 2 shield. He's going to have 25 hit points, does 2 damage. He's a tank, which means we got to hit him first before anyone else. Ferocious means he will follow, or if you damage any monster in his group, he comes after you. Vengeful means he will always go to the active Hero if he is not at a location. /1 means if he does any damage to one character, he's going to do 1 damage to everybody else. Very, very nasty individual. All right, and we have Dunkleton, 15 hit points, always the same. He's ranged, so he's going to be in the back row, of course, being a little sniper, doing 1 damage. He's also ferocious and vengeful. Just explain those. And it says, if Drog Troll General is in play, Drog and Targos stay together at all times. Moving one automatically moves the other. So he hangs around with his bodyguard, of course. If Drog Troll General is in play, Targos takes no damage. So no splash damage, nothing. The bodyguard Drog is going to be blocking all damage to him. So I'm going to put him beside the location, and we'll put the monsters for location under. He, of course, is guarding the Goblin King. So that's what we've got to overcome. Wow, that's going to be absolutely brutal. All right, we haven't even drawn the monsters yet. And if I recall here correctly, we need six level of monsters on the location, and we need 4 for each character. So the shuffled monster deck, starting at the location, we get a Siege Engine, immune to splash, ranged, doing 1 damage, having 6 health. It's only a 1 threat. That's not good. All right, 1. A Troll, 1 armor, 11 health. That's 2 threat. So that's going to end up being 3. We still have 3 more threat left. And 3, an Ogre. He's a 3 threat. Okay, well, maybe we got somewhat fortunate here. I don't know. This is just brutal because we're going to be doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to the location per turn. All right, now we need monsters in front of Fiona, up to 4 levels. We have a Grunt, is only 1 level, and I might be running out of a little space here. I'll have to kind of do things here. So that's 1, and Naga, doing 1 damage, 15 health. Wow, 2. 3, ambushed. Each player draws a card, then gains a curse. Okay, well that's not terrible, I don't think. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Each player draws a card. So Fiona is going to draw a card. She gets the Assassin. Right on. Good card to draw. Zot's going to draw a card. He gets Kunai. Nice. Oh, another actually pretty good stuff. But they each gain a curse. So, and the curses, when you gain them, go into the discard pile. So we're going to put them discard, and another curse for Zot into his discard pile. All right, continuing on. That was only 3 threat of monsters for Fiona. And, oh man, a Gorgon doing 2 damage. This is ranged. So she basically has 5 threat of monsters in front of her. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know. All right, over to Zot. I'm going to put this beside him here. I'm running out of space. He needs 4 threat of monsters. He gets the Feckless Fighter. When Feckless Fighter damages a player, roll a white die. On an even roll, Feckless Fighter deals 1 damage to himself. All right, so he's kind of... Did I say Feckless Fighter? Oh, maybe it should be Reckless Fighter if he's that way. So that's only 1 threat. A Hulking Monstrosity. Wow, 14 damage and 2 threats. So that's 3 threat. Wow, we've gotten unlucky here. So we're going to have another monster for sure. This will be another Feckless Fighter for 4. And that's the lineup for our next encounter. Wow, this is going to be nasty. All right, got to do some thinking. And then when we come back, we're going to have Zot take his turn. And that will be the end of our episode. Okay, I think I've got it figured out. At least I hope I do. It's getting very complicated because there's so many monsters out now. But we're going to use the taunt ability from Zot. I think I want to taunt away this ogre. And taunting away a monster doesn't activate the ferocious ability of Drog or the Goblin King. Because if you damage or attack a monster, then ferocious and vengeful comes into effect. At least I'm pretty sure that's how that is supposed to work. At least I hope I'm doing it correctly, because I don't want to do too many errors here, because that ends up being a problem. So, just looking through the rules quickly. Ferocious, if the monster is not on the location, then it moves with the round marker and is active every round. And if an effect would move the monster to a group other than the active monster group, it moves to the active monster group instead. Okay, that's ferocious. And like I said, vengeful. If the monster is on the location and any location monster takes damage, the monster immediately moves to the active monster group. So yes, so we can go ahead and safely taunt the ogre away. All right, what are we going to do on Zot's turn? Well, oh my goodness, I think we're going to play the Apprentice, which is draw a card. So we're going to draw a card for Zot. He draws a short sword, which, whatever. Well, we'll add the short sword to Grog perhaps later. Then he is going to, so he plays the Apprentice, draw a card. He can play an extra hero. He's going to have the Apprentice use the Freezing Staff. So that's going to be one of the things he's going to play. Then he's going to play the Wench with the Dagger. The Dagger's dual wield and cleave. So the Dagger's cleave means she can attack 2 monsters at one time. And she gets to choose one. She can snipe 3, or the one she can use a magical item, or she can do splash 2. I think we're going to use splash 2. And that's all the wizard can play. And Fiona is going to play the assassin. She's going to play the assassin, or is she? Oh, wait a second. This, okay, and continuing on, the Wench is also, let's do this the Wench is also going to play the Kunai, which is taunt, and add an extra hero, because she can dual wield. So we can now taunt. So they're going to taunt the Gorgon away from Fiona, because we got to have Fiona stay alive, or we're going to lose the game very quickly. We can also now play another hero. And then Zot, since he's going to refresh anyway, Zot will be playing himself, which is splash 3, pierce 1. After the fight, each player may retire a card from their hand. All right, so there's tons of stuff going on here. We're going to have Zot activate first. He is going to attack the ogre because he has pierce 1. So the shield on the ogre is not going to have any effect on Zot's attack, and he does splash 3, so every other monster is going to get 3 damage from Zot's attack. So Zot's going to roll a yellow die. Come on, high roll! A 2 is not a high roll, but it will put 2 damage on the ogre, and it'll do 3 damage on everybody else for the 3 splash damage, which is pretty darn awesome, I think, including the Gorgon. So 2, 4, 5, 6. He could take 7 damage here if we don't kill a bunch of stuff. So that's Zot playing himself. And to try to keep things somewhat organized, I know he's going to refresh at the end of the turn. I'm just going to put him back here, keeping things under control. Now the Apprentice with the Freezing Staff. He's going to do a white die plus 1. We're going to have him attack. We're going to have him attack the ogre. Why not? So he's going to roll a white die plus 1. Come on, high roll. 5 plus 1 is 6 damage. 1 is blocked. 5 more damage go on to the ogre. So that's 5. So 7. We're halfway to killing the ogre. But that's the Apprentice with the staff. Now we have the Wench going. She's rolling. Oh man, she's got a lot of stuff here. She's rolling a white and yellow die plus 2 damage. She's doing splash 2. She has cleave, so she can attack 2 heroes at once. So let's hope we get a huge roll. So we're rolling a white and a yellow plus 2 damage. Come on. So 6. Oh, and she's going to attack the ogre. Might as well try and kill that guy. He's got the armor. 6 plus 2 is 8 damage. So she's going to do 7 damage to the ogre. That is just enough to kill him. So he already has 7 damage on him. 7 more is 14. The ogre is killed. That is awesome stuff. She also has splash 2, I believe it was. Yeah, splash 2, which means every other monster is going to get 2 damage on it from splash damage. So 2 here, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to get also 2. Yeah, every other monster gets 2 because she has splash. So that's about as much damage as we can put on. We haven't even done Fiona yet. So keeping in mind, that's what we have, what we're looking at. And now, so 3, 4, 5. We can probably, the assassin can kill. So right now, he would take 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Excuse me, that's really not what we want. But Fiona's playing the assassin. So she gets to roll. Is she playing the assassin? Yes, she's going to play the assassin. Rolling a yellow +2, ignores tank, ranged, and monster armor. So ignores tank, ranged, and monster armor. Do we want to just kill one of these guys off? Oh man, I don't know. Or should we try and put more damage on the Gorgon? I think maybe we should hit the Gorgon with this guy. 6, 7, 8 damage. Yeah, we're going to hit the Gorgon because it's range and he ignores armor, range, whatever. Come on, high roll! Oh, come on, Fiona. 1. Crap. So that's 3 damage for the assassin only. That's terrible. Oh well, that's what it is. So 3, so we got 6, 8 damage on the Gorgon, 5 on each of the feckless fighters, and 5 on the hulking monstrosity. Wow. Okay. Well, that's basically the end of the turn. So monsters are going to do, active monsters do damage. Unfortunately, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage against Zot. So he's going to be down to 3 hit points. But I don't know what else we could do. We had to do it. Unfortunately, now our location up here, I don't know if everything's kind of in camera, we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage against the Market District. So 5 damage here. It's going to take us down to 9 hit points. So far, we're staying alive. So end of turn, we're going to discard all played cards. And I've refreshed Zot because it was his turn. The top marker is going to move over. So this gets discarded. And now Zot can discard any number of cards in his hand and draw up any more. But I think he's just going to hang on to the short sword and Gog. Why not? And he gets to drop 3 cards. 1, which will be the Fire Mage. And I'm going to have to shuffle, unfortunately. And then he's going to be drawing up 2 more cards. And that's going to be the end of the episode. This has been a very long episode. But there's been a pile of stuff going on here. So hope you were hanging in there with me. I hope I didn't mess stuff up. I don't think I did. Now Fiona and Zot both down to 3. All right, 2 more cards. Let's have them be good. Acolyte's not very good. And, oh my god, 2 Acolytes. Well, all right. It is what it is. So just taking a look. So Zot's hand, 2 Acolytes, Fire Mage, Short Sword, Gog the Half Ogre. All right. And looking at Fiona's hand, she's going to be first player next to her. She has Pookie, Projectile Pookie, the Acolyte, Kite Shield, the Dagger, and Cormac the Mighty, who can do an absolute mountain of damage if he wants to. All right, wow, don't know. All right, so thanks so much for watching along. This is Battle for Greyport. We're trying to defeat the Goblin King, and I don't know, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one again, but I just don't know if I'm going to pull this out. So once again, thanks so much. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, your likes. Join me next time for the continuation of Battle for Greyport against the Goblin King, and I just don't know how we're going to do. So if you join me next time, maybe you'll find out. So thanks so much for watching along, and we'll see you then.